Welcome to the True Story channel for horror stories. I will tell you a true story about scary places in this part of the world. Okay, let's get straight to the story. Before that, don't forget to click the subscribe button and bell to follow our scary stories. Calm yourself, and don't forget to accompany your night with courage and approach yourself with faith. This is a horror story.
If you like watching horror movies, you've probably heard of the Bell Witch. That's right. This figure was featured in the movies An American Haunting and The Blair Witch Project. Some people believe that the story based on the movies is real. What is the story of the Bell Witch family? Just listen to it until the end. This story begins with a man named John Bell, who decided to take his family to the remote Red River area. They were looking for a quiet and peaceful life, but what they found was different. Once they move into their new house, strange events begin to haunt the Bell family. Of unexpected sounds filled their nights. The sounds of dogs barking, chains rattling, and rats chewing sounded as if they had infested the house. Over time, the Bell family was tormented for years by the evil spirit of old Kate Batts. The father, John Bell, and his beloved daughter, Betsy, are the main targets of this Bell Witch. No one had ever seen it, but every neighbor who visited the Bell family home heard the very clear sound. According to one person who heard it, the Bell Witch spoke in a very scary tone when she was unhappy. But there were also those who heard her singing in a low musical tone. As a result, John Bell and Betsy Bell were haunted by fear and unusual events, such as being thrown by plates or any furniture that moved by itself. The Bell Witch also likes to pull their hair, then screams all night to prevent them from sleeping, and snatches food from their mouths while eating. One time, a general named Jackson came from Nashville with a horse-drawn carriage carrying food, drink, and other supplies to investigate this Bell Witch. Jackson also brought a number of troops riding horses right behind him. After they approached the place, they immediately discussed planning so that they could conquer the Bell Witch. But suddenly, while walking on a piece of smooth road, the horse-drawn carriage stopped and couldn't move. The horseman continued to whip his horse while shouting at the team. But the horse did not stay still and continued to pull the carriage with all its might. But the wheels of the chariot still did not turn at all. In the end, General Jackson ordered all his troops to come down and help push the train, but all in vain. The train remained motionless. Finally, the wheels of the carriage were removed one by one and checked. But it turned out that the wheels were spinning. At once, General Jackson realized that they were being watched, and the general raised his hand and exclaimed, "Eternally, boy, it is a wizard." Suddenly, a sharp metallic sound came from the bushes, and she said,
"Okay, General, I'll let your carriage run, but I'll keep an eye on you until evening."
His troops were amazed and looked in all directions. However, they didn't see anyone there. So the horse finally started pulling the carriage. Suddenly, the train was running smoothly as usual. They turned around to go home. The peak of the bell is on the morning of December 19th, when the family saw John Bell sleeping unnaturally. They tried to wake him up, Then John Jr. went to the medicine cabinet to look for his father's medicine and realized that it was gone and only an empty bottle remained. Then a doctor was called to John Bell's house. Suddenly, the bellwether whispered that John Bell had taken the medicine, but he had replaced the medicine with poison. Finally, John Bell died on December 20th. At John Bell's funeral, the haunting voice fell silent. However, after John Bell was buried, the Bell Witch began to sing loudly and happily. Some people claim that the spirit still haunts the area, and local residents often see strange apparitions there.